So today is a bit of a keep it or toss it thing from AliExpress. Now, I've already kind of had a look in here, but let's have a look anyways, so we all can have a see. So this is a watering kit you can buy on AliExpress. Let me bring up the actual listing so I can be able to kind of walk us both through it. It was around $50 or so when I got it. Let me have a look. The total was $54. And it's just like, it's called a solar drip irrigation outdoor blah 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 blah, a lot of filler words, but basically it's an automatic watering system that is solar powered. So there's the tubing for the system, little wee adapters and connectors, and of course got our obligatory instruction manual that's probably in more languages than I could probably even pronounce or have time to look through. But yeah, it's not much there. Just a heap of writing on the wall. Basically, gives you information on how to use it. Okay, that's just a helpful reminder. So there's the pump unit itself, wired up to the wires. So there's two sets of wires, one for the power input and from the solar panel, and the other one is a set of sensing wires that I have to hang inside of a bucket that the water is in. This just lets it know that it's not ran out of water. I'm hoping that will work properly. And I'm guessing those two plug covers are for our, off you come, outlet and inlet. Oh yeah, it says in and out on it. Nice, they actually thought of that. And there's some extra parts. There's a nice little filter cage to keep dirt and fine debris out. And I think this is so that it keeps the lines from doing certain things. It's a little one-way outlet. Little things everywhere. I'm probably going to have to snake the wire outside of my greenhouse for this one. So, yeah, I don't know if this has got any juice in it, or if this requires sun to work. It might have a battery internally. It does feel pretty hefty though, for the actual pump unit. And I could probably either zip tie this little guy onto something, or just stick it in the ground outside of the greenhouse and then wire it in. So it shouldn't be too hard to find a good spot for this. Facing the sun. I've got stakes and other little connectors too, so I should be able to put this somewhere out of the way. Okay. I think I'm going to have to go up and actually wire this in. I'll probably use my phone for doing that part of the recording, and we'll be right there. So, installing it wasn't too hard. I just had to place in the whole system bit by bit. Plumbing it in wasn't too hard. I just had to run the hose all around and put in the dripper line. The solar panel just sits outside, and that gets enough sun, even on a cloudy day, as well as it's running on a battery, so even at the middle of the night it will still water the garden. And it's set to every 12 hours for 5 minutes, just gives water. So perfect for winter. It's not a lot going on, and I don't need to water a lot anyways, so it's perfectly fine. So as of reliability, I haven't seen any issues with it. It seems to function as far as I've been able to tell. For $50, it seems to be alright. All the other times I've had looks at the reviews in terms of the negative ones versus the positive ones, I've only seen a couple issues with them, such as apparently they have issues around where it comes to the plumbing or the pipe and tubing and all that joins don't hold together too well. I only had one issue, and that was one of the tubes dripped just a tiny bit at a T-joint, but that was about it. So yeah, I'd say if you want to ever get into growing your own crops and all that in a greenhouse, I'd say one of these. If you don't have access to a garden hose because it's too far away, or maybe you just live somewhere where there ain't any running water through normal means, yeah, honestly, it's about a 5-star product. I wouldn't say it's something that's going to last forever in any kind of meaningful way, but I think this thing will last a few years before the battery maybe wears out and I have to dig into it and rebuild it from scratch or something. But I'm that kind of person who'll probably end up trying to get another year or so out of it before I buy a new one. Anyways, you all have a fabulous time, and I hope that you enjoyed my garden. I've got all kinds of stuff growing in there. There will be other videos over time, but that'll be when things are actually growing. You'll have a good one, everyone. Bye! Wah!